What's going on, you guys? Jay here and welcome back to the channel. So don't forget to smash the like button, drop a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Today we're diving into a very important topic, which is the proposal to repeg USTC to $1. So if you're invested in Terra Classic or you're just interested in the mechanics behind these stable coins, stick around. We're going to be breaking down this complex plan. We'll explain the biggest risks and we'll see whether or not those risks are truly mitigated. I just want to take a quick second to thank Margex again for sponsoring the channel this month. As a trader, I know how important privacy is, which is why I chose to work with Margex to begin with. I don't have to worry about sharing my personal information. There's no KYC required, and the platform offers up to 100x leverage, all while knowing my identity has never been revealed. The interface is incredibly user-friendly, and it's making it easier for me to navigate and execute my trades. So if you're looking for a reliable, private, and efficient trading experience, Margex is definitely the way to go. I'll leave links to sign up in the description below. Grab yourself a bonus now, and let's get back to the video. So what exactly is this proposal aiming to do? Well, it's about restoring the value of USTC back to its original peg of $1 through safely reactivating the market module, entailing these following adjustments. This is a huge deal because stable USTC could bring a ton of utility back to the Terra Classic ecosystem, but of course, it's not that simple. Repegging a coin that's dropped far below its target value is incredibly risky, especially after what happened last time. So the proposal does include a range of steps to gradually bring USTC back to $1 while trying to manage the risks that come with this kind of system. And something to take note of with any repeg attempt, there's always going to be some level of risk. So how are they planning on doing this? Let's break it down into the main parts of the proposal. First up would be the Oracle price feed for USTC. Just like the Oracle system for LUNC, they want real-time price updates for USTC. Why? Because when you're making swaps, you need accurate and current pricing to keep things stable. So next up is the fee distribution and burn mechanism. They are suggesting that 20% of the fees collected should be burned to reduce the supply of USTC. Another 20% would go into the Oracle pool for network rewards, and the remaining 60% would go into a buyback pool to help support the peg. So limiting the virtual pools is very important. Right now, there's too much liquidity available, which is risky. So they propose shrinking the base pool to 1,000 USTC and stretching the recovery period to 24 hours. And if the bigger investors do eventually come in, a new pool would open, but only under those certain conditions, like the price being stable within that 5% range. The dynamic peg increase is vital here. Instead of jumping back to $1 immediately, the peg would increase gradually. For example, if USTC is currently at say 0.015 and the collateral pool has enough to support the volume plus a small safety margin, they'd move the peg up to 0.016. This would keep happening in small steps until they hit $1. So this isn't just about going all the way to $1 instantly. This is about doing it safely and collectively over a long period of time. So let's talk about the biggest risks with this whole subject. This is probably the scariest part of any plan involving a stable coin repeg. If too much LUNC gets minted to defend the USTC peg, it could cause inflation, tank LUNC's value, and bring down the entire ecosystem with it. Imagine a scenario where the system's liquidity pools aren't managed well or those conditions get miscalibrated. Too many LUNC tokens would be created to support the peg. This is kind of a runaway inflation and what led to Terra's original collapse. So believe me, the risk is real and it's serious. So how does this proposal address the risk? Smaller liquidity pools are definitely a step in the right direction, and by capping those liquidity pools at 1,000 USTC and slowing down the refill period to 24 hours, the system is making sure there's not too much liquidity available at once. This prevents the system from minting huge amounts of LUNC in one go. It's a simple yet effective control mechanism. They've also designated a system of pools that can only open if specific conditions are met. So for example, example, if the price stays stable within that 5% range, a larger pool opens up. But if things get too volatile, the pool stays small, limiting how much LUNC can be minted. So this is another safeguard to stop that over minting from getting out of control. So they do want to introduce a dynamic peg mechanism. The peg won't jump straight to $1 like I'm saying and like they're explaining. Instead, it's going to rise in small increments. Each time the collateral pool has enough funds to support the new peg, it will move the peg up by a very small fraction. This is going to prevent the system from minting more LUNC than it can handle. They're talking about putting a hard cap on the LUNC supply, ensuring there's a ceiling on how much LUNC can be minted overall. This would give the community control over the inflation, but also poses a big challenge. If the system does need more LUNC to defend the USTC peg, the cap could become a limiting factor. It's a balance that needs to be carefully monitored. The biggest question you're all going to be asking: is the risk really mitigated? Well, the proposal certainly puts multiple layers of protection in place. The smaller pools, conditional triggers, and incremental repeg adjustments all reduce the chance of over-minting LUNC, but the truth is, it's going to come down to real-world execution. This plan is very complex, and while it looks great on paper, the risk will only be fully managed if all the systems work perfectly together in harmony. The Oracle system must be precise. The pool's conditions need to be calibrated just right. And let's not forget, there's always the risk of market manipulation or human error. In the end, this proposal to repeg USTC could be the key to bringing life back into the Terra Classic ecosystem. There is also mention of a kill switch being programmed into this whole attempt, which is another failsafe, but it's not without its risks, especially the possibility of over-minting LUNC. The proposal includes strong safeguards, but whether or not it fully mitigates that risk will depend on careful implementation and consistent monitoring. So what do you think? Does this proposal have what it takes to restore USTC to $1? Something I haven't mentioned yet is the components that refer to the possible staking of USTC on chain. And I know a lot of people are heavily interested in this topic. Therefore, I'm going to be breaking this section down in a further video on the channel because it really does need a lot of deeper thinking and thought and looking at the bigger picture, because inherently, if you look at the USTC that's provided in commission on chain at the moment, to make USTC staking actually effective, worthwhile, and something for a user to pursue, you would actually need to remove the USTC commission from the overall reward system. And I don't think any validators inside the active set would really agree to a substantial pay cut like this when the chain's in the position that it is. So like I said, therefore, I will be bringing a whole video covering this topic. I really do hope that covered everything. If it didn't, just let me know in the comment section as always, and we will get it answered as soon as possible. I do monitor the comments. I do look at feedback, so keep it coming. It does help me tailor videos for you all in the future. Just stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and I'll catch you in the next one. Shoo!